Hi, children. I'm Vicky Carlton. I love reading kids' Bible stories, and this is an Easter story, and this is the very sad part of the Easter story. And the story after this will be a very happy part indeed. This story is called The Sun Stopped Shining, and it's taken from the Bible and it's retold in the Jesus Storybook Bible by Sally Lloyd Jones. So, you're a king, are you? The Roman soldiers jeered at Jesus because remember, Jesus had been arrested. Then you'll need a crown and a robe. Well, they gave Jesus a crown made of thorns, and they put a purple robe on him because purple is the color of kings, and they pretended to bow down to him. They were teasing him, they were bullying him, they were being horrible. Your Majesty, they said. Then they whipped him and they spat on him. They didn't understand that this was the Prince of Life, the King of heaven and earth, who had come to rescue them. They didn't understand. The soldiers made him a sign, our king, and they nailed it to a wooden cross. They walked up a hill outside the city. Jesus had to carry the cross on his back. Jesus had never done anything wrong, but they were going to kill him the way that criminals were killed back in those days. They nailed Jesus to the cross. Father, forgive them, Jesus gasped. They don't understand what they're doing. You say you've come to rescue us, people shouted, but you can't even rescue yourself, can you? But they were wrong. Jesus could have rescued himself. A legion of angels would have flown to his side if he'd called them. If you were really the Son of God, you could just climb down off that cross, they said. And of course, they were right. Jesus could have just climbed down. Actually, he could have just said a word and made it all stop, like when he healed that little girl and stilled the storm and fed 5,000 people. But Jesus stayed there. You see, they didn't understand. They didn't understand. It wasn't the nails that kept Jesus on the cross. It was love. Papa, Jesus cried, frantically searching the sky. Papa, where are you? Don't leave me. And for the first time and the last, when he spoke, nothing happened. Just a horrible, endless silence. God didn't answer. He turned away from his boy. Tears rolled down Jesus' face, the face of the one who would wipe away every tear from every eye. Even though it was only midday, a dreadful darkness covered the face of the world. The sun could not shine properly. The earth trembled and quaked. The great mountains shook. Rocks split in two until it seemed that the whole earth would break, that creation would tear itself apart. The full force of the storm of God's fierce anger at sin was coming down on his own son instead of his people. It was the only way God could destroy sin and not destroy his people whose hearts were filled with sin. Then Jesus shouted in a loud voice, "It is finished." And it was. He had done it. Jesus had rescued the whole world. Father, Jesus cried, I give you my life. And with a great sigh, he let himself die. Strange clouds and shadows filled the sky, purple, orange, black, like a bruise. and Jesus' friends gently carried Jesus away from the cross. They laid Jesus in a new tomb carved out of rock, put him into a tomb carved out of rock, and the soldiers, they put a special rock there to make sure that Jesus's body could not be removed. How could Jesus die? What had gone wrong? What did it mean? They didn't know anything anymore, except they did know that their hearts were breaking. That's the end of Jesus, the leaders said. That's the end of him. But just to be sure, they sent strong soldiers to guard the tomb. They hauled a huge stone in front of the door to the tomb so that no one could get in or get out. But do you know what? Something amazing happened after that. This is the next bit of the story is the super, super joyful part of this story. And I'm going to read it to you soon. Thank you for listening so well. Bye.
For more of Victoria Carlton's tips, go to YouTube and search Victoria Carlton Programs. Victoria's products are available on Teachers Pay Teachers. They cover literacy, emotional intelligence, and Sunday school lessons. Victoria's website address, blog, and email address are on the screen in front of you. Victoria Carlton reserves the right of copyright on all her products.